Hey, let's call an episode Battle of the Dragon Slayers, but have them fight for 1.5 minutes at the end of the episode. Alright, so this episode, first of all, I gotta commend the studio for taking a battle that literally had an opening and an ending, and that was it. The whole Miliana Kagura versus Leon fight, and Leon's partner, I forget his name. But they took that fight, and literally in the manga, I just went back and checked. It was this fight started and this fight ended, and it ended in a draw. That was it, and it had like the outro of them walking away and her saying you would be dead if you didn't, if Leon was fighting seriously. And they took that and they made it nearly the entire episode. That was like, what, 90% of the episode, that battle. And they did a good job with it too, because it was pretty funny in the beginning, a little bit useless in the beginning as well. It was like funny, but at the same time, it was just like them joking around with Miliana, like making a ice rat and everything. So it was that. But then, like, when Kagura steps in, it really got serious, and she was really going all out. And had that bell not rang, Leon's face would have got rang in. So I definitely got to commend them for taking something that didn't even have any content to it aside from a beginning and an ending, and actually adding in some pretty cool stuff. So I got to commend them that. And I still, stuff like that makes me wonder exactly why we're going on hiatus, because I'm sure most of you know, as of this point, there's only 2 more episodes of Fairy Tail, and then we're going on a supposed hiatus, ending hiatus thing for a while, apparently, because, we're catching up to manga. But they just took a battle that didn't even have anything to it and extended it for almost an entire episode. If they could keep doing stuff like that, then we wouldn't even need a hiatus. But I don't know what their logic was behind this, so I'm not going to go into that. But I really like that they took that, and they've been doing that throughout the tournament. They took the airs of stuff and stretched it out. They've been doing that a lot, and I think that this was another example of the studio taking what the manga kind of skipped over and adding a lot more to it, and it looked kind of nice. And for some reason, I don't know. I've been for I believe the last episode and this episode, the animation has slightly gone up for Fairy Tail. I don't know if they have, like, their last bit of money for the budget and they're just throwing it all for these last couple episodes. So that's kind of cool. But I am disappointed that the name of the episode is Battle of Dragon Slayers, and I was at least hoping, at least, that we would get from midway through the episode to the end, an actual Battle of Dragon Slayers. But it was literally like 20 minutes in, the battle starts, they stare at each other, and then a minute and a half left, they just start punching each other, and that was the end of it. And they go into Dragon Force mode or whatever. Um, Honestly, I'm disappointed with the, like, why would you call it Battle of the Dragon Slayer? There's like a episode called Natsu versus Zerov, and the entire episode is, Lucy taking a shower, which I wouldn't mind, but no, let me stop. But and then, like, the last minute is them, they just look at each other. So, in that aspect, I was disappointed, in all honesty. But it was still a pretty decent fight between Kagura and Leon, and everything was choreographed nicely. And I think that the studio did an awesome job that made this filler fight happen. And I gotta commend them for that, because if they can actually improve on what the manga didn't do, or fill in gaps that the manga left open, I think that's a pretty cool thing. So I really gotta commend them for that fight. Looked kind of cool, and especially that ending when Kagura was about to take off Leon's head. I was like, holy shit. So I gotta commend them for that. Overall episode, I give it a 3.5 out of 5. I felt a little disappointed that it's called Battle of Dragon Slayers, and no Dragon Slayer battle until the end, where they throw a couple punches. Hopefully next episode is going to be packed with that stuff, and then after that is the finale, for now anyway. So yeah, let me know what you thought of the episode. Again, it was pretty cool. I liked the fights. Nothing really more other than a couple of battles and a little dialogue here or there, but it wasn't really too much to talk about. So yeah, I think the studio did a good job in adding filler. That's really my thoughts on this. I was like, wow, I'm shocked, because I didn't even remember any of this fight. I was like, wait, did this fight actually even happen? And then I went back and I saw that it was just really fight starts, fights a draw, and them adding that in the middle and it actually coming out pretty cool was a nice touch. And it's a shame that we're not going to have any more of that, because Fairy Tail is not, like, Fairy Tail, out of all the most popular shonen anime, they do filler the best. It's like they'll do little romance filler, or the filler will at the very least be interesting, or they'll add in extra fighting. And that's exactly what you need out of filler. You don't need an entire arc about irrelevant stuff for filler. For filler, it's nice if they add on to the canon, or go in depth with the relationships between the characters. And sometimes even Hero addresses it in the actual manga. Like, I remember the actual filler arc that we got out of recently, it was addressed in the manga. So I think that's pretty cool, that connecting it with the manga, and then it makes the filler actually seem worthwhile. Let me know what you thought of the episode, though. Did you think that they did a good job adding in that little filler fight? Because because I thought that it was a nice touch, and I thought that I would like for more anime and, that have filler or filler, in canon filler for them to do stuff like that, because I thought it was pretty proper. But again, felt trolled by that title, Battle of the Dragon Slayers. Yeah, just overall thoughts of the episode. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up if you're gonna enjoy these last couple episodes of Fairy Tail, because it's gonna be a while before we get new content, if we get new content. But until then, I'm gonna enjoy Fairy Tail for what it's worth. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.